Hey, this is Larry from B&B Crane. I'm one of the salesmen here and also schedule cranes in and out that we sell to folks and refurbish them and some of the old cranes that we have. And today we're just going to kind of run through this 4004. This is an auto crane 4004 EH. The EH stands for electric over hydraulic. And what they're talking about electric over hydraulic is you have an external motor that powers a pump in the hydraulic tank that powers the crane. The reason it's a 4004 EH, this gives you the weight limit on it. This is a 4,000 pound crane or 2 ton. It'll always have a sticker on it that lets you know when you run your boom out, what your weights are that you can lift. As you start up, your weights increase exponentially. Also, if you shorten the boom, your weights will increase. All of that will be on a chart. Some things you need to look for when you actually have a crane of your own and you're having problems with it. All cranes have serial numbers. And within these serial numbers, it tells us what year this crane was born, what month and what year. And that lets us look at our drawings, pull up the correct year, and get you the part that will actually fit your crane. The serial number is stamped in a couple of different places depending on the size of the crane. From a 4,000 pound crane down, the serial number will always be stamped on the base of the crane, and that's the plate that bolts the crane to your truck body or whatever. The second thing that we want to go over is what we call the wire rope. A lot of people will call it a steel cable or whatever. This is your lifting cable. This cable can easily get frayed, it can easily get twisted, depending on the operator you have on it. Sometimes they don't put it in just a real good situation and it'll wind up kinked or twisted. If you see a kink in it or a twist, it needs to be changed. A rusty cable needs to be changed. This is the whole safety feature of this crane, is this cable. This is the cable. It comes back to the drum and it wraps around the drum. It's just a winch, just like on the front of a 4-wheel drive truck or Jeep or whatever. Same principle. The only thing different is you always want to keep at least 5 wraps on this drum. Never get below 5 or you have a chance of it spooling off the drum and coming completely loose. So always keep at least 5 wraps on. Okay, we've worked around the cable and we're kind of working our way around the crane, just kind of giving you the high spots of it. So this is the primary beam of your crane. This is your first boom. This crane happens to have a 20-foot boom on it when it's fully extended. Now, this has a secondary boom inside, and then it has the third boom, which is what we call a jib boom. And that's just a little short boom that you manually pull out and put a pin in, and then all your adjustments are done with your controls as far as running the length in and out and moving your loads around. Now on auto crane and on most cranes, they have a safety feature called an anti-two block. This anti-two block is wired to the crane and it's on a bell out here in front, and if you pull a load up into this bell, it cuts your crane off. This is going to protect you to keep you from running up in the crane. And there's just a wire ran to a switch over here that goes back to your valves that shuts all the operation off if indeed you pull it up into your boom. Last thing we're going to show you on this 4004 before we move on to another crane is the valve operation. You know, I've told you that if you get condensation in your tank, that it's not good on the valves, it's not good on the pumps, it's not good on anything else. These are the valves that actually operate all the functions on the cranes as far as up and down, sideways, load up and down, everything that runs the crane. And these are controlled by either a tethered pendant or an FM control, which is a pendant without a tether. And when the operator asks for one of the functions to come on, one of these valves will either open or close and let the fluid pass through and go to the function that he's asking it to do. It's a simple operation, but you can tell from looking at this and from listening to the pump, the biggest thing, the most important thing on these cranes is your hydraulic oil, that it's at a good level and that it's clean and doesn't have any water in it. That needs to be checked at least on the weekly basis. Okay, this is a 5005 hydraulic crane. So there again, the 5005 means it's a 5,000 pound crane. The H is for hydraulic. It's not anything like the electric over hydraulic. This crane takes fluid from the vehicle that's delivering to it. Now, we talked about where we find serial numbers. I told you from a 4,000 down, we find them on the base plate. When you get to a 5,000 up, if you're standing behind your crane and you look at the left-hand riser, this riser is the plate that holds the main boom. Your serial number is going to be stamped in one of two places. It's either going to be stamped along the top or down this slope. But one of these two places will give you the serial number. Okay, we hope today that the video we've shown you will help you do a couple of things. The first thing, the most important thing, is hopefully we have shown you where to find the numbers that we need in our work to get our drawings right to get you the part to you. The second thing, I hope we've taught you a little bit about the maintenance and how the crane actually works. Our support team is here every day. We have a weekend call number in, so we're here to help you with your crane every day. So that's about it from B&B, but thank you for your time.